Hi guys, welcome back to Sunderland RTG, episode 23. So we are now into January. So we've had a good end to December. Obviously in the last episode we had wins against Charlton 1-0, Bristol City 2-1, coming back from going behind, and then we beat Reading 2-0. So as we go into January, obviously we start FA Cup game against Brighton. It is the round of 64, so our board wants us to get to round 32, so we need to take this quite seriously. And then obviously then we have Leeds, Brentford, Birmingham and Derby. Obviously if we do get through, then we will have another FA Cup game in, so we will decide obviously if it's going to be a Premiership team, then possibly we will still sim it and obviously just play one of these. I think we're going to play, obviously we're playing Brighton, we're going to play Leeds away, and then we're going to choose, I'm looking probably playing Derby at home. I know Brentford are higher in the league, but obviously Derby are our direct competition at the moment for that playoff place, so I'm thinking that we'll probably play Derby, but obviously if the FA Cup game, even though obviously we will be in the round of 32 if we beat Brighton, if it's possibly still a game that we can win, obviously get a bit more prize money, we could potentially still try to go through in the FA Cup. So if we have a quick look at the league at the moment, obviously after our 3 wins last time out, we're back into the playoff hunt again. So we're currently in 8th, but we're only 2 points behind Derby and 1 point behind Forest. Forest and Derby have both been dropping points in the last few weeks. So where we went on a good run of wins, they've been struggling. So like I say, we do have Derby, who are in that playoff spot at the minute. So potentially we'll play them. Obviously we'll play Leeds to start after the Brighton game, sorry. So we'll play Leeds, and they're not too far behind us, 6 points behind us at the minute, so that's going to be a difficult game. Brentford, obviously they're probably slipping behind, definitely behind Villa a lot now. Villa has started to pull away, so obviously only 3 points behind Fulham, so they're still looking for automatic promotion, Brentford. And then also we have Birmingham, who are down in 15th. So that'll be a simulated game. So at the minute, Fleetwood, Portsmouth and QPR are down in the relegation places. Fleetwood Town, possibly the only team that really have a chance to get out at the minute by the looks of it. 6 points behind Reading. But yeah. So we'll get into this Brighton game. We do have a bit of fitness issues. Peters is obviously, he was injured in the last episode, so he's going to be out in today's game. So we'll bring Simonson back in, but he will play on that left side. Honeyman's not fully fit, so we're going to start Jackson. I think we're going to start Sonny Layton. Obviously it's a cup game, so we'll give Layton a game. And also Luke O'Nien will bring in Joshua Wagnerman. Is there anybody else? Alexander will come in place of Honeyman. Embleton. We might bring on the youngster Farrell. He can just go on the bench. So we have got obviously a lot of players have left now, Grigg and Watmore, etc. So we have just a quick look at our reserve team. So these are all the youngsters that we've called up. So obviously we've got Farrell, the left back, but he can play right back as well, a left footer. He's looking quite good. He's got good speed, stamina's not too bad. His passing's okay, tackling's good, so he's looking a good prospect. Cox, he was more I think just because he's 6'6", he's not looking that great. Obviously only 57 rated at the moment, and defensively is not very good. So I think he's just going to be on there for the bench. King, he's 60 rated, so a little bit better. Another left footer. Again, he's not terrific, but he's just up for the bench really. Sam, obviously we're still looking to get rid of. Crow, he's looking quite good. Left foot again, so obviously our youth intake was fully left footers by the look of it. His stamina's good, 71. Acceleration, sprint speed, not too bad. So defensive awareness, 72. Obviously, he can play that CM role, which is where we're a bit short. Passing's good. Stand tackles, obviously we can train that up to get that up into the 70s as well. So he's looking a decent player. Kibayoka, starting to struggle with Kibayoka. Obviously his stamina is only 36, so he really cannot. He's not going to be able to. Obviously we're playing Embleton now in that right mid role, just because Kibayoka just would not be able to finish a game. Obviously acceleration's good and sprint speed, but I think it really kills him with that stamina. We're only 36, so he's basically just going to be a bench player. So until we possibly might have to look to sell him in the summer, really. He's just not really gonna. It's not going to progress like we want it to. And then obviously Janssen, he's our scout future star. 5-star skill moves, only a 2-star weak foot, which is not great, but obviously another left footer, but he's looking really good. So good sprint speed, stamina 77, strength 87, and then obviously we can train up his skill attributes. So his finishing is only 49, so he's going to have some. He's going to have some training on him. But yeah, so that's the reserve team. So we'll see how we go with them. But yeah, let's go into this game with this team. So away against Brighton, big FA Cup tie. Brighton, obviously, as we saw last episode, are lower mid-table in the Premiership, so they're actually still playing really well. We'll have a look at the team in a minute. I expect they're still going to have a pretty good team. Alexis McAllister, he's a really good midfielder. I think he's definitely going to be one we're going to have to watch today. I think it's definitely going to be a tough game. Obviously, Brighton probably going to be. We're going to need them to be on an off day, really. Obviously, they've got Matt Ryan in the net still, Lewis Dunk at the back, Dahoud, Trossard, McAllister, Adone, Longman. I'm not sure who he is on the right side, but still a lot of quality in that Brighton team. And as we see, obviously we've made some changes. Brought in, obviously Jackson, Simonson's had to come in because of Peters' injury, and then we've just changed Sonny Layton into the goal. Wagnerman's come in on the right back. So we've made a few changes, but we've still got obviously Madger in there. Still a lot of our first team. Let's see how we can go on. Obviously, good yardstick to see how we do in Premiership. Obviously, we've been back and forth whether we're going to get promotion or not, but let's see how we go up against a Premier League team. Trossard into Alexis McAllister. So McAllister, he's going to be pivotal for them today, I think. Archie Jackson into Power, Max Power. Oh, we tried to get it back to Jackson there. Tried to reverse that ball through. Jackson had picked up a nice bit of space. Oh, it's actually come off power. I think they must have played it off power there. Thought we were going to pick up a corner. So Matt Ryan, he's going to be a difficult keeper to beat. He's really good on FIFA 20. So already they're playing a lot through this centre. Dahoud and McAllister. Nicely picked off down Gooch down his right side. Obviously we've moved him out from the left. Oh, it's well played there, Tassard. Oh, it's well in by Wagnerman, but turn back into trouble. Alexis McAllister has got away. It's deflected, and I think that's going to be a corner. Jordan Willis has been really good for us this season. Good ball in. Oh, and Webster got free. He's completely scuffed his shot. We'll get that away. Power into Simonson. We definitely need to see some progression from Simonson, but that's a poor ball. Oh, and he's got in, well in there by Willis. Wagnerman pushes this forward to Gooch. Gooch trying to go back to Wagnerman there, but it's cut out. Brighton coming forward again. Oh, well in there. Bailey Wright this time coming across. Do think we've got really good centre backs at the minute. I think our starting two are really good, and then obviously perhaps not quite as good with the backups. Oh, how's that? Deflected that pass, I think. I think potentially we could do with, obviously we've got a couple of new youngsters. I think potentially in January could go out and actually buy a decent centre back, a young centre back. I'm thinking somebody like Nicola Armini. He's a good centre back. He's about 19 now, the Italian. He's not quite going to be obviously coming in to start, but he'll definitely be a good backup. Maggia. Good cut out by Maggia. It's into Gooch. Gooch having a strike from distance. It's a good effort. Good 30 yards out there. Oh, it's fizzing away. It's just glided away, and it's just almost scraped the corner of the crossbar there. Gooch, it was a good effort. Josh going back for Willis here, but Willis has been caught out on the ball. Oh, it's a nice ball. Longman coming in. Bailey Wright. Great challenge by him to deny him a chance, really. Play it out to Gooch. Gooch, he's got the speed. Can he get his shot off? Oh, and the defender's done well. Looked like Gooch was away for a second. The defender got back, slid in, stopped the shot getting off, really. Here's Josh Wagnerman. We'll whip this in. Oh, and Gooch, if he could have just got a little flick on that, it would have been in, surely, from that range. Wagnerman again. So we're starting to get a bit of joy down this right side now. Gooch. It's deflected. Not gone through. Willis. Gooch. Into Maggia. Maggia lets it run nicely. And again it's deflected to stop the ball going through. Archie Jackson. Into Declan John. Declan John. Trying to get the ball in. We can't make that final pass at the minute. Pinning Brighton back. Brighton, a lot of men back at the minute. Good chance, but it's well cut out by Hume. Danny Loader to Scowen. Play to Max Power. Max Power looking for Madger. Madger's run, his first touch is far too heavy. Gave the defender the chance to get across. That could have been the chance, that could have sent us through. So we don't really want to replay here. So then we probably are going to have to play the replay again. Scowen. So that's Farrell. Gooch. Madger. We've got a man through here now. It's Danny Loader. Danny Loader, can he get the ball over and again? How many times today have we got in good positions going forward? We just can't get that final pass in. So we're going to look for Madger here. Can Madger get the header? He can't. It's come to Gooch though. Gooch flicks it back up to Madger. He's offside. Was easily saved by Ryan. Matt Ryan's not really been tested. I think that's been the biggest disappointment. Scowen. Max Power. Into Loader. Danny Loader. It's a great ball. So close. If he could have just took that by that first defender, he would have been in. Trying to get the ball in. Max Power. Looks like it is going to be. Oh, and here's a chance. So we've pushed a lot of men forward here. We'll have to come over to him. Oh, it's a good deflection. Straight to Sonny late in the second attempt. There was a good chance there for Brighton at the end. I think it was 2-on-1 at one point. So it's going to be a replay. Not ideal. I think in the second half in particular, we were probably the better team. Brighton had very little going forward. As you can see, 2 shots for us, none on target. They had 1 shot, none on target. So realistically, it was quite a poor match. I think we did get into good positions a few times, but just that final pass was not there for us today. I think we're going to have to just play the Leeds and then the Brighton game and then simulate all 3 of the home games. So we're going to play Leeds with the first team and then we're going to have to play a heavily, or the reserve team, I think, for the replay. Because we're going to need the first team for the Brentford game. So I think that's how we're going to have to proceed. Obviously went into the game at the Amex really thinking that Brighton were going to be a step above us really. But yeah, so we have Leeds now. Leeds obviously, like I say, not too far behind us, so we need to keep winning to try and catch up with Derby and Forest. Like I say, Derby and Forest are both in awful form at the moment, so the more wins we can keep picking up, the quicker we can actually get ahead above both of those teams. And obviously we don't want to lose to give Leeds the sniff of a chance to get in that last playoff place above us. Decent little chance there for them to start. There's Bailey Wright. So obviously looks like Leeds, obviously at home, are definitely pushing on here. But George Honeyman, and he smacked it off the inside of the post. What a great effort. And Leeds are pressing hard, but it worked in our favour there. And we got away. George Honeyman, it was a great effort. It would have been a nice start to the game. Well, I think that's already given us the way forward here. And here is Max Power. Max Power! And he's put it wide. And it's another great chance. It's a good strike, and it's again just gone wide of the top corner. Gotta start taking these chances. Leeds. We're obviously looking desperate for the win, but they're pushing a lot of men forward, giving us chances going the other way. And here's George Honeyman again. Honeyman tried to just look for a little pass inside there. It was not enough. And we picked it off there. Josh Scowen's done well. Scowen, Peters. Good turn by Gooch, but it's been picked off him. Power. Look. Ah, it's good. The chance again. It's the beginning of this episode. We're just not taking the chances that were being given out there. Max Power struggling to keep up here. He's cut back well. Leeds. Jamie Shackleton on the outside. It's a good block. Good block again. And it's fallen to him. So we're a bit fortunate that McLaughlin's made a good save there. The ball was straight at him. Oh, it's a good strike. Good pass over there to Peters. Peters is in behind. We've got men running through. It's a good chance. And again, Honeyman has put it wide. How are we not ahead in this game? Could have played it again. Madger completely on his own in the box. Leeds are just like going for broke out there at the minute. Leaving so few defenders back. They're getting away with it in a minute. Shackleton, it's given away, but we've not take advantage again, and now they're in behind. It's a good chance. He scuffed it. So both teams are really going for the win here. Scowen done well to hold the man off there. Max Power into Madger. Madger, it's a nice turn. Honeyman back to Madger. Surely this time, Josh Madger, and he does score. And that's what we needed. As I said before, we need Josh Madger to be that focal point, to be that main scorer. And that is what we needed. A clinical finish. Drilled it in by the keeper. No chance. Right on the half hour. That's his 6th goal of the championship now. We needed that. So Leeds have given us enough chances. We really needed to take one of those, and finally it's fallen to Josh Madger, and he makes no mistake. Now, as Lee Dixon has just said in commentary, we really do need to make sure we don't mess up the other way. Gooch though, he's got away here. It's into Madger. Madger drops his... Oh, and it's off the post. Dropped his shoulder so well. Worked it perfectly. It was onto his left foot. And it's just clipped the outside of the post as it's gone down. Peters into Honeyman. We'll look for Madger again. Madger. Good strength by Madger. Gets his shot off. The keeper's done well. It's just flicked off him. Willis. Oh, and he's a bit lucky there, Willis. But again, Leeds are just ploughing men forward. Max Power, surely. And it is. So Leeds, I just don't know what they're doing defensively. They're giving us so much room at the back. It's almost like they've just constant pressure, constant push for players forward. And we've just got so many players left on their own in the attacking zone. Max Power slots it by the keeper. That's 2-0 before half time. It's already looking like this should be 3 points in the bag for us. Looked like he was going to lose it there, but Did well, Jamie Shackleton. Where's he going to go? Bailey Wright. Lovely challenge. Declan John's been worked off it there. Willis does well. But Declan John again. It's poor by Declan John. And we've given away a goal. We had enough chances to clear that, and Glitch or Click has got them a goal back. He bangs the badge and gives the home fans something to shout for, and we've really given Leeds a chance now. Right, so it's going to be a big last half hour now. Obviously, you're going to think that the home fans are really going to get into this. They look dead and buried. Giving them a lifeline. Honeyman, Descoen. Obviously, we could just try to play possession. Honeyman tried to get that ball through to Madger, didn't manage it. Peters. So we will have to probably bring Peters off soon, and that surely would have been offside anyway. So Peters obviously just coming off that injury, wasn't fully fit. O'Nien's done well there. Got it into Madger. Madger looking for the through ball. I think we're looking for Honeyman there. It's too close to the keeper. Well headed back there by Bamford. We will try and make a change now. So 67th minute. We'll bring Declan John off. He's had a shocking half, really. We'll make all three changes here. Peters was looking tired. We'll bring on Jackson as well. So Jackson, obviously, he plays really well. Usually is more of a sub than a starter sometimes. Obviously, he'll get his chance in that replay coming up as well. Oh, and there's a good chance. He managed to get the cross in. Beaten to it there. Bamford. Shackleton. So Leeds offered very little in this game, but now they're looking... Oh, now as he squeezed that in. Patrick Bamford. And it's 2-2. Never did I think that was going to make its way in there. The Leeds fans, after booing them off at half time, just played down here. Bamford, from what hours he managed to squeeze that in. McLaughlin, I've got to say, he's at fault there. I don't know what animation is there. He's kind of gone and then just dived out of the way. Never should have gone in from that angle. Bamford, that's his 13th of the season. Good season for him, but Leeds. So we're making those three changes now, but it looked like it was a easy 3 points today at half time. Suddenly we may not even be able to hang on to the 1 point. Leeds are going to have the tails up now. Played over the top. Willis, he needs to get up here. He's done well. Max Power beats the press. Scowen into Archie Jackson. Works a great ball through. Simonson! Penalty! Surely, referee! We'll look at the replay here, because that looked a nailed on penalty. I don't think he's touched the ball. I'm pretty sure that is not been touched. I don't think he's touched the ball and he's took our player out. That is a penalty. That is surely a penalty. He has not touched the ball and he's took our man out. That is a penalty, stonewall penalty. I can't believe the referee's not given that. 78th minute, and that could, and I think he's injured as well. Simonson's injured. Unbelievable. How we let this game get away from us here. One of those games. 2-0 up, we looked like we were cruising. The home fans were baying for their players' blood, really. We gave them the first goal. I think McLaughlin's got to be at fault for the second. Now we've not been given a penalty. That's a great turn by Alioski. He's done really well. Danced around our defenders there. Max Power, and he's giving it away now. Suddenly it's mistake after mistake. It's another chance. McLaughlin hung on to it. And we need to be careful we don't let it all go to our head and end up with no points today. Oh, it's a lovely ball though. Gooch. Madja now. Comes inside. Madja! How has the keeper got his hand to that? I think we're just destined not to get the win today. Madja come inside, hits that, strikes it really well, and it's a great save. Done well. But there is the full-time whistle. Finishes 2-2. I think we've definitely dropped 2 points there. McLaughlin. It's poor near post goal he's given away. Obviously we gave away the first one. It's one of those. I think we could have easily have been 6-0 up at half time. Look at the chances. Leeds had just as many chances really. But I think overall it's disappointing. We look at the scores. Forest, a big win for Forest, so they will again pull away from us. As we look at the league, obviously Derby must have played before that, so we have now dropped 4 points behind Derby, 3 points behind Forest with that draw. So a disappointing draw against Leeds. Obviously we're playing Brentford, so it'll be a simulator. So we're going to have 3 simulated home games, so we're going to have to see where we end up after those simulations. We're going to play this game against Brighton now. Obviously we're going to be playing with a reserve team. So we've got Elliot Embleton playing out on this right side today. Wagnerman done well. Gets it to Embleton. Embleton. Jackson on the... Oh, and it is going to be a corner. Come off Dahoud. Get it by. It's Embleton again. Embleton will flick this in. Decent attempt there by Daniel Oda. Fortunately didn't make the connection. Tommy Smith. Preston Alexander. It's a good ball. Jackson. Blocked. So Knockhart is a player that wasn't in the first leg or the first. Oh, and there's a got away with that a bit. Smith there. Alexander, it's a poor pass. Nice turn, but Wagnerman was there all the way. Baldwin into Tommy Smith. Play that to Barley Mumba. Wagnerman's nice ball into Jackson. Jackson can't get the pass through. Now on the counter. Oh, Knockhart, so lovely. Cut inside. The man's through. Madone beats the keeper to the ball, and it is 1-0 to the away team. Ah, that was from our giveaway. It's a lovely pass. He gets there ahead of the keeper, and Sonny Layton can't get there fast enough, and it's 1-0 to Brighton. What's it to Smith? Smith, a long ball there to Simonson. Alexander's done well. Gets it to Denver Hume. Denver Hume now cuts inside. It's deflected and again just falls to a Brighton man. Just don't seem to have the luck with those deflections. Every time there's a deflection, it just always goes to the opposition. Alexander though has done well here. It's into RTG Jackson, and he makes no mistake. 1 minute before half time, and we do have our equaliser. It was a little bit fortunate. I'm just saying that we were unlucky with the bounces, but Alexander was a little bit lucky that he managed to keep hold of that ball there. But it's a lovely pass into Jackson, and on that wand of a left foot, the little northeast Messi has done it again. No chance for Matt Ryan. And it is going to be 1-1 at half time. Whipped in, it's a good ball. Keeper is going to start to come, but he's not got there. It's fallen to Adoni, and we've given a goal away to just 3 minutes into the second half. So it looked like the keeper had been blocked off there, and Smith can't do anything on the line. Adoni, it's the second goal of the game. Again, it's bypassed him very easily. We may bring on the young Janssen to see if give him a bit of a stretch, but McAllister's in, and Alexi McAllister, we've kept him quiet for both legs, but so he's caught inside there. Smith just left all at sea really. 1-on-1, Alexi McAllister's just smashed that by Sonny Layton. Even that, I thought that was more in the corner, but wasn't that far away from him. Good header. Archie Jackson. Can he do something for us here now? Tried to just do the little step over to get himself a yard. It hasn't come off. Jack Baldwin's going to come out and again cut inside the defenders. I think you can definitely feel the difference between these centre backs, and again he's in. It's all gone wrong in the second half. We came into the second half thinking we got a chance. Brighton have turned it on, and I think we can see Smith and Baldwin are just not up to the level of Willis and Bailey Wright. It's gone through the keeper's legs as well, so and it's again just completely left open. Wagnerman in the end has tackled it away. Played into Jackson. Jackson, a nice little spin into Janssen. Good ball to Alexander. We'll get a strike off with Alexander. Matt Ryan is a good fingertips around the corner. Worked it well onto that left foot. It's a good strike. It's a good hand to get it away. And it's kicked away. Denver Hume does well. Wagnerman back to Hume. Into Jackson. Jackson takes his time. Barley Mumba. Janssen, the youngster. Got to have a crack with him there, but 2 minutes from time. I think it's obviously been a horror show of the second half, but so we will go out. Hopefully the board, I think it was maybe a low priority, so we're going to have to hope that the board don't complain too much. Chipped into midfield there. So Brighton keeping the ball. Simonson again, not really had an impact. He's really, in comparison to Peters, Peters is miles ahead of him at the moment, even though the ratings are actually the same. Tris Peters does seem to have a lot more potential. So a 4-1 defeat in the end. I think we had a few chances. Obviously, it was good to get that equaliser before half time, but second half they really just turned on the burners really. So a couple of big wins there for Middlesbrough. Newcastle away. Brentford obviously above us in the league. You'd expect Brentford to obviously have actually been in really poor form. That's obviously why they have been falling behind. But they have beat us 2-1, and Jordan Willis has picked up an injury, and he did come straight off as well. So that is not what we needed. Obviously, we've got first full team out. We need a victory today. And it's a 2-0 defeat. Right. January turning into a bit of a horror show for us. So we're going to go into this final simulated game. There is a transfer offer from Ajax for Archie Jackson here, 14.7 million. So again, I do want to keep this a realistic save. So obviously Ajax, you would say, would be somebody you'd think about going to. Obviously it's looking like we're not going to get promoted now. So the bids have obviously been quite low before. I think 23 million saying that we can go up to. I think let's negotiate. We'll go in high. So we'll start with say 30 million. I'll come down to possibly 25, but I don't want, I'm going to make this so that obviously, because we don't want to get rid of the Jackson. Jackson's obviously a huge player for us. But again, to keep it realistic, if a team like Ajax came in with a big money offer, would Sunderland actually reject it? I don't think they would. So obviously they've come back with 28, so with 18, so they're not going up that high, 18.9. So I think we'll go down to 25, and that's possibly as low as I want to really go. And they are going to walk away. So again, it's one of those where you're happy that he's not gone, but if they had come up to 25, I don't think we could have stood in the way. Obviously, it's going to be another year in the championship by the look of it. As you can see, we are now 8 points behind Derby and 7 behind Forest as well. So there's a couple of teams that's well ahead of us. So simulating's not been good in the last couple. Derby are not on a bad run. 2 wins and a draw in the last 3. And it is another defeat. So 2-1 defeat. Gooch actually got us the lead, but so obviously in hindsight, playing the FA Cup games has really been a mistake, but obviously we've got knocked out anyway. If we have a quick look at the league, so you've got to think now, obviously a mid-table finish is what we needed from the board. That's obviously we said we were going to be happy for about 8th, and that's looking possibly where we could be finishing really. We're 11 points behind Derby now. Forest have just dropped back a bit from Derby, so I think 8th, 7th or 8th possibly is where we're going to be looking now. We've just dropped off a bit. So QPR and Portsmouth still adrift at the bottom. Fleetwood still trying to catch Reading and Huddersfield. And we look at the top, Aston Villa 4 points ahead of Fulham, and they're just 6 points ahead then of Brentford. So a lot of it's looking quite complete really. So we'll just advance on, see if there's any big deals. So the biggest deals at the moment is Fabian for that 80 million, 61 Immobile has gone to Leipzig from Lazio, and Umtiti has gone to Bayern Munich. That's possibly why they were looking at getting rid of Alfonso. Obviously he's a left back, but also moving defenders around. So obviously we're not expecting too much movement. So not too many deals going through at the moment. So we have had another transfer offer from Sporting, this time for Archie Jackson. Sporting, I would say, not quite on the same level as Ajax. So again, we'll go in high. I can't imagine Sporting's going to be throwing too much money around, but we've got no option but to at least try and give them a chance of going for the big money. So again, they're not going up very much. So we'll go to 20. Again, we're just going to cap it off at 25 unless a team comes in and so they're not going up any higher. So Jackson has had a few inquiries there, but not quite top echelon teams. Ajax obviously a big team, but they're not really a big spending team. So obviously you'd think if a Premiership team came in, they would be able to pay that 25 million price tag that was set for him. So that's where we'll leave it. Obviously down in 9th place now. It's been quite a hard month after the simulations have killed us at the back part of the episode there. And now playoffs is looking quite far off. But we'll come back again next time. Obviously keep pushing and see how we go in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Alright, bye.